Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, good evening, Choma. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so I didn't meet so much, but the little part that I met was so insightful. I don't think there's any need for me to even say anything. But of course, the invitation came, so I'm still here. I don't know what Choma has said before I came in, so you really need to pardon me if I am repeating certain things. Can you hear me? Can I confirm that you can all hear me? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be demanding so much. I would have loved to see one or two people's faces so that you encourage me. If that is if that is acceptable, that would be fine. Uh, please, please, if you can, I'd like to see your faces. If you don't mind. It seems all these people mind though. So, are you there? You cannot be shy now, and this is destiny, the very destiny that everybody knows. There, is there anybody that doesn't know me among all them? So, are you there? Can you see me? Can you see me? All right. So, thank you very much for the opportunity to share with you. So, I'll just take it as the questions were sent to me. So, what motivated you to apply for NUTM? Sorry, NHEF, yeah? Don't mind me, I'm dealing with NUTM, so I mean all of that. So, yeah, I had this roommate in my second year. He was in petroleum engineering 500 level at the time, same level as Siri people and the rest of the guys. I think Okoy was his name. So Okoy had applied for NHEF. Sorry, pardon me, please. Okoy had applied for NHEF, and eventually he got selected for some of the interviews. You understand? However, despite his performance, he didn't get through, and the reason was because he was in 500 level. Now, before Okoye set, I think Tara, Tara Abang, was the person who had, Abi, Tara, Tari, Tara, Tara, I think Tara graduated in chemical engineering, I think 2016. She was the first person who had benefited from the program, I think. And then after her, um, Sophia and Victor that I know, yeah, I think so, yeah. Sophia and Victor, then myself and the two other ladies, one from petroleum, the other from gas, then their trauma set and all that. Why am I saying all of this? Okoye heard of this and applied. He couldn't go in because he was in his 500 level. So he was not in his penultimate year, and it is a necessary requirement to be in a penultimate year. The idea is so that when you go and you get that program experience, you can come back and use your next year to also share your experience with other people who are behind you, right? So, um, one of the days when he just ended his call, he just told me, Destiny, when you get to 400 level, apply for this thing. They will fly you to Lagos, they will do this, they will train you, they will give you a lot of opportunities. And I had never been on a plane before. So that was a spark, right? I now said, so let me look at these people. When I opened YouTube videos to check, was it YouTube or on their site? I can't remember exactly, but I opened their site and then I saw videos and I saw the enjoyments that all the participants were going through. It's a buffet, you are lodged in your own apartment, you are flown down to Lagos, all of that. And it felt like an experience I really wanted to be a part of. So before then, for me, it was nothing more than the experience I had seen on the videos or in the videos, right? And so I started consuming the videos. The more videos I consumed, the more I pictured myself in that program. You understand? And so I waited for the following year. Then I was now in my third year. That was 2019. That was my third year, and the opportunity came again. This time around, Victor and Sophia were doing mobilization, campus awareness, and all that for NHEF. And so I went for the meeting. They had that meeting at IPS. So I went for that meeting. Myself and Bilal were there, and a few other persons were also there. And so I saw that they mentioned all of those beautiful things, the opportunities that were involved, and all that. So what I did was I asked Farida. Farida had come. Now I asked Farida, I'm in my third year. Can I also apply? I don't know if you got my question clearly, but she somehow said I can just apply, whatever the case was, right? So I applied, and that leads me to the next part of that question. How did you tailor your application to meet the requirements of the program? So, like I said, I didn't know so much at the time. I was just honest, I was just real. I was just that young, passionate guy who saw an opportunity and wanted to benefit from it. You understand? And if there's anything I will pause at this point to tell you is be honest in your application. Do any and everything, but be honest in your application. Make sure that your passion can be felt in your words. Make sure that the things you want NHF to see in you that resonates with their core values are portrayed clearly. You understand? I would highly discourage the use of ChatGPT and other AI generating tools. I will highly discourage that. Try your best. Of course, you could get a guide, get a sample, get what it should look like, but try your best not to use AI generated application essays. Yeah, because one, you lose the originality in that, and in the long run you're going to have issues with your, yeah, you will get through with the program, maybe not, I don't know, the screen you had, but beyond that, I'm big on fulfillment, right? So I'm not sure you feel as fulfilled as you were because you did not originally craft those essays. Do you understand what I'm saying? Please, can I get feedback or something? That's why I would have wanted us to be seeing each other, but people don't want. So yeah, try as much as possible to be original. Try as much as possible to follow through with how passionate you are about it. It will be evident, I tell you, it will be evident. So yes, I checked what is any chef looking for. I saw their core values. I went, I looked them up. I looked what kind of students they were looking for, and somehow I tailored my experiences to meet those core values, right? Now, Choma made mention of the STAR approach. I was going to talk about that too. And in that regards, I'll send you a document. Normal, I send you a document. I hope you circulate it around for the STAR approach, how you could implement that in your essay writing and your interviews, right? Now, part of what NHEF is looking for is your ability to handle both your academic and your extracurricular activities. You understand? So NHF is looking for that student that, yes, is a great student in class, but is also a leader inside. Intrinsically, is also a leader. NHF wants to see if you are doing something elsewhere. NHF is looking up to see if what other projects have you done in your life? What other projects have you completed? What are you doing? What are you looking for? What are you currently doing beyond your school? You understand? So I was privileged at the time. I was a campus ambassador for Access Bank. So yeah, that was an advantage. I had done a few works. I had done a design competition for NUESA. Yeah, I had done a design competition for NUESA, and even though I didn't win, it was a project I had completed and a few other things. So all of that, I had to put them together and tailor my application because I knew what I was looking for. So it's more like wooing a lady, right? So you know what this lady is looking forward to getting, or you know what she wants in the prospect, so to say. And so you tailor yourself to be that guy or that prospect that would hit the target. So that's it. So yes, Look for all your experience, and nothing is too small. If you are serving in a church or in a, what's it called, a fellowship, you are serving in any group, you are serving in any capacity, you are a leader. Even if you are not serving, if you volunteered somewhere, if you've done anything great for societal good, bring it to the table. Even if it's just maybe, what's it called, community service, find a way. It's about sales, it's how you sell yourself, right? So how did you manage to go about it with your CGPA? Now this is where it comes in, right? um I don't completely, yeah, I'm a faith person, and I prayed and I prayed, as a matter of fact, and I prayed that that didn't stand in the way for me. But for starters, the courage to even apply, even though I didn't meet the CGPA requirements, was a thing, right? So I just think, it is something you really want and you are passionate about it, you are resolute about it, you pray and trust God for it. Somehow the forces align for you to get through. You understand? So I think there are people with more compelling, academic records. There are people with maybe a lot better experiences, but maybe the way they crafted it, maybe the way they presented it. And yes, if you are shortlisted to have an interview, it's an opportunity to sell yourself. So you must work on your conversation, your speech. I don't want to go over some of the things that Choma had already said, right? But yes, you must understand how to comport yourself, you must understand how to interact with people professionally. And this goes beyond, it goes beyond just NHEF, right? I will encourage a lot of you, I believe a lot of you are in SPE. I will encourage you to join professional meetings, go see how things are done, see how people respond to other people. Just watch how things are done, even if you are not directly being participating at the time. Just watch how things are done and see how you could learn to, excuse me, how you could learn to be professional in your approach, right? So I think you need to be confident. If you're confident, it shows, right? If you're passionate, it's obvious to people. Yeah, so all of those play. So yeah, my CGPA was a thing. I think I had like some 3.2 at the time. I don't know, I can't place exactly, but yeah, somehow I got in. And I think, what I really do think, because of course I'm not at the other end, but what I really do think is my professional experiences and my extracurricular activities had covered in. My leadership potential had also set in to give me an edge. Basically, because I remember, who was it? Was it Wachuku? I can't remember. Somebody who was a year ahead of me, who had also applied, that was really good. I mean, great people in the department that had applied, right? I don't know, but I just think, if you are passionate, that passion shows. If you are hungry, it's evident. People see and they note that, okay, this guy has some potential that we could build upon. So how to prepare for the interview? Like I said, Choma had covered a lot of that, but one thing I'll tell you to carry under your belt is be honest, be really honest. I think NHF is looking for vulnerable people, people who are honest enough to be vulnerable, right? There's a way you can carry yourself to look perfect. I think if you are perfect, if you think you know it all, you're not the right fit for NHF. NHF is looking for raw material, raw talent, for people who have demonstrated that they want something more. They want something more. They can lead, they can take on initiatives. They are looking for those kinds of people. So I think sometimes the flaws in how you express that original innate desire somehow put you in the forefront, because people can just see through, they can see through the passion, they can see through the desire and that thing that is on the inside intrinsically that you are trying to call for. So don't try to over tailor, over, panel beat everything and just paint things up and down. Just be honest, be real. Yeah, be honest, be real, be be positive, be optimistic. That's what I'll say. Don't go into the program as if maybe I will, maybe I will not. Go in like you know that you have what it takes to take this down. And I'll tell you, there are slots that go in for different schools. However, the schools that have more competent people come in, do better. I think in our time, Victor and Sophia Onoha, who were ahead of us, we didn't really have this kind of fora where many people come together and they're just listening to the application process. It was until we went in and we discovered that Lagos guys, Ibadan guys were actually putting their guys together. They will gather people and they were applying in large numbers and they were applying the right way. You understand? And so I think what you're doing here is going to be positive. It will go a long way. But yes, how to prepare for your interview. Choma mentioned the STAR approach. I was going to talk about that too. So situation, action, what's it called? Results. Situation, task, action, results. This was the situation I was. This was what I had to do. This was what I did. This was the outcome. You understand? Give numbers when you talk. Give metrics in measurable forms. So we impacted 200 students during the program. Maybe you are talking about a energy for me program that you attended and you volunteered for, and then you could just say, okay, so we did this program, this was the role I played, I coordinated XYZ, I did this, and 200 students were impacted. NHEF wants to see how measurable your metrics are. You understand? So your impact reporting must have numbers. State clearly, let there be a logical flow. You understand? In all that you do, your why must be evident. Your why must be evident. Why did you do this thing? And you must be careful to have a why that is all encompassing, right? You don't want to be selfish, and all that. You want to show how that other previous experiences that you benefited from, you use them to shape other people. You understand? I will advise this. I tried this not with NHEF, I tried this with NUTM when I was applying last year. What I did was I had a folder in my Google Drive where all some of the experiences that I had records of. So there were some pictures that I took for certain events, there were some videos I made for certain events, there were certain experiences that I felt, extracurricular activities that I felt were strong and could make me stand out. So I dedicated a folder to those kinds of experiences. And so when I was writing one of the essays, I just said, okay, there's a lot that I had to do, there's a lot that I did, but I don't think the words can explain them properly. So I gave them a link into that folder as part of my application. So when they clicked that folder, they could see some of the videos where I was volunteering to teach. They could see some of the presentations I was doing at Energy Challenge or competitions whatsoever, different extracurricular activities, my paintings, different things that I had done, that I kept record of, were in that drive, and I think it also contributed to my application process. Be different, don't try to go with the flow. I strongly discourage ChatGPT, like I said. If you're getting anything, like Choma said, let it be a guide. Don't use it to write your essays. If there's any powerful thing, really, I'll just say be original, be clear about your goals, be original, connect yourself, be deliberate about tailoring your story to match up with what NHL is looking for. Yes, so there are frequently asked questions on their website. Go look at those frequently asked questions, so that you don't ask stupid questions during your interview. Look at how a good CV, I think there's a lecture, I think one of the videos is a lecture on good CV and cover letter drafting. Is one of the sessions, I think 2 years before us or the year before us had with the NHF cohort. So look those things up, check them. Like Choma said earlier, use action words. So I think I still have a document that has those action words for NHF. I will send that too. Remind me, Norma. That's two things, right? The star approach thing and the um keywords for NHEF. So yeah, have those keywords set aside. Look out for other interviews. Check how people answer questions. When they ask you about telling about yourself, don't go and start telling your village and how many people are born in your family, your age. All of that is not relevant, right? Keep it professional. Um, okay, sorry, I'm slightly distracted. All right, can you hear me? Hello, can anybody hear me? Oh, great, great. Okay, so yeah, I mean, look at other interviews, see what they are looking out for, see how to answer professionally. they're going to ask you questions. They will ask you some questions to test your logic. Okay, so maybe they will ask you, we want to do maybe a campaign for NHEF 2023. How many flyers do you think we should print for Lagos State University? Maybe anybody can give a wild guess. How many flyers do you think they should print for Lagos State University? Anybody? Any takers? Or for University of Port Harcourt, want to do flyers to share for students so that we'll do publicity for NHEF 2023. How many flyers should we print for University of Port Harcourt? 200. Okay, why should we print 200? How many students are in University of Port Harcourt? So you think 200 will do? Again. Okay, so exactly that's the essence of the question, right? So when they ask you questions like that, they're not expecting you to give a correct answer. What they're looking for is your logic. How did you arrive at this number? So I remember once I was asked that kind of a question, and I said maybe like 5,000 or 10,000 or 8. I can't remember the exact figures, but now they now ask me, okay, why did I give that value? And I said, okay, so we were admitted like 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 during our set, and I can imagine that other sets were also admitted within that range. You understand? So if you admitted, say, 8,000 people on a set, it means at a particular time you have fairly above 6,000 people that are at a given level. And NHEF is targeting penultimate year, which means if you admitted 8,000 of us in year one, some people drop, some people change, whatsoever happened. If you print 5,000 flyers, it should go around. I mean, you should get to people at that level. Do you understand? So you now see that it's not about the number I am giving, is that I knew the number of students that were admitted at a time, and I could gauge other factors that would come in to reduce the number or whatsoever, and come up with something. You understand? So yes, there are questions that would be thrown at you just to check how your reasoning go deep, how your reasoning is rooted. What other thing am I leaving out? What other thing am I leaving out? Please, I'll just keep repeating. There's no other way around it. Be original, be authentic, be real. Be original, be authentic, be real. Approach it as something that you you deserve, an opportunity you deserve, but don't approach it as an opportunity you will do anything just to be there. You understand? Let NHEF see that you have principles and guiding, what's it called, set of rules for like your life that you can't break simply because you want to be a part of NHEF. You understand? Like Choma would say, like, and I'll quote, don't just give all the whole Gen Z vibes. Don't worry, take your program away. If you're not doing, we're not doing, those kinds of things. What I'll tell you for free is NHF will build you. NHF will transform your life. I got changed because I was a part of NHF. My life was transformed. And at this point, maybe if anything, take it from me, NHF will change your life. Maybe some of you have had flights before. It's not going to be about the flight. Now, over 5%, I know of 5% on our cohort who are working outside the country. Three maybe with Bloomberg. There's another guy working with Bank of America. There's another guy working where, like, and these are opportunities. So I got talking to Fikayo. I was applying work in the UK. Fikayo is working with Bloomberg, and I got talking with Fikayo. More, okay, what's up? Give me heads on. What's happening? How did you guys all go to UK? And Fikayo is telling me, okay, this and this and this are the procedures. I've been applying for this number of. I'm just saying there's going to be networking at this level, horizontal level, before there will even be networking vertically, right? So one thing I'll tell you as you go into the program is don't look down on your cohort, don't look down on the next person sitting beside you, right? Because they are coming it's really going to be a pool of very smart people, and everybody has something you could learn from. You understand? So to maximize the experience, make sure you network horizontally. If there was anything I would have done better, I think I would have made more friends on a really personal level, would have had better communications with my cohorts. I think I tried, but not as much as possible. Maybe on the class of 50 people, I should have had more. I should have had more people that I can easily run to and we'll do a lot of things together. You understand? So that's one thing. I learned how to eat, table ethics. I learned from NHEF. By the time I was back to do my school interview for what's it called? IT. I was at FIPL. I was the only person dressed the way I was dressed for interview. And on the panel, the way I had performed, they were asking me on the panel that which department do you want to belong to? Is it electrical or mechanical? And all of these things I learnt them from NHEF. You understand? I got first-hand experience working in the industry with people, and I mean, I was just learning. I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't know what to learn. Today, people meet me and they think I am refined. They meet me, they think, okay, he knows how to present. I learned the basics of presentation with NHF. You understand? In 2018, I presented a design competition. I didn't win. When I go back to look at the video, I see how much I was shouting. I see all the gara gara I was doing, and I'm smiling. But after NHEF in 2019 July, we went for NHEF. We came back that same 2019 September. We were in Abuja. We represented the school. We won NWESA. After NWESA, we went to what's it called? STSC. I think that was 2020 or so. We won STSC. We went to 2022. We won STSC. I'm just saying, my presentation game beeped went like rocket flight. You understand? It went far. It just springboarded from that point. What's it called? One thing I'll share again. When we were at our closing dinner at the NHEF grand finale, Tony Cole was there. We're interacting with him, and he asked me a question, and I took home. He asked me, apart from your Ghanaian accent, what else are we going to remember about you? Now, I said I didn't know what to answer him, but in the end, he told me, whenever you go into any space, let there be that one thing that people will remember you for. If they cannot remember your name, if they cannot remember anything, let them say the boy that did that, or the girl that did that, or something like that. And to God be the glory. Incidentally, it was not planned. Like, I didn't know that that was why I was doing what I was doing, but eventually I had a poem that I had written for them. You understand, for NHF, because of the experience I had had, And when I presented that poem, my cohort was happy. I presented on behalf of the cohort, every other person, so that if you meet anybody, it was now easy for me to meet people and introduce myself. My name is XYZ. Um, the guy that presented a poem. Do you understand? So that was the differentiating factor. Eventually, NHF had published the poem, and I mean, the rest is history. But yes, NHF is a great place to be. My complimentary cards that when I give people drag attention to me were given to me by NHF. You understand the experience? The first time I had watched a movie on an IMAX screen was because we went out for NHF hangout. There's a whole lot. I can't exhaust the benefits. What does it take? It takes being real. It takes being honest with your application. It takes being passionate. Consume every content until your test boards are hungry to be on the cohort. You understand? And when you are in that space, whatsoever it is, that you spill out will be a positive one for you. So yeah, what are the key takeaways? I mentioned I got into the program because somebody informed me. Okoy, who was my roommate, who was in 500 level, I was in 200 level. He brought me up to speed. He encouraged me. How did I tailor my application? I used my experiences, the simple things I was doing. I tailored it in line with NHF core values, and I mean that was it for me. What's it called? CGPA requirements, just apply. See, and this works for every other thing in life. Forget the rules. The rules are to beat down the number. Are you there? Forget the rules. The rules are to beat down the number. The rules, just say this thing in your head. Just keep saying it. The rules are to beat down the number. What they do when they give you that list of requirements, of course, for a number of issues, it may fly, but many times it's just to reduce how many people will even come to the pool. You understand? If you think you have something external, if you think you have something special, forget about the rules. Go in, show what you have, and you'll be surprised the results you pull in. How to prepare for the interview? Just be honest. Look up other interviews sessions. Go, if there are stories or people who had been through the program, they are shared before now. Look at it, ask questions. Remember the star approach. Be honest. Don't talk too much. Ask relevant questions. Asking questions will imply that you are reading and consuming every publicity on the NHF media unit space, right? So it may not even be about the program. It may be, okay, there's this other program I saw that NHF does. What makes one eligible for this? You understand? So I've spoken for quite a while, and I don't really think I should bore you. But I was applying for NUTM. I think that was this year. My second to the last interview I had for NUTM this year. Um I was supposed to ask a question, and I had seen a publication that they had a partnership with WPI in US, that they were going to do some online master's degree or something with them. And I asked them, okay, does this mean that when I go through the NUTM Scholars Program, I will get both the NUTM certification and the master's program? And the clarification was simple. No, the master's program arrangement or collaboration is a different package, it's different from the scholars package. But whatever it was, it gave them an insight that I was reading stuff about them. You understand? So do your research, go check them up, check them on Twitter, check them on Instagram, check them on WhatsApp. Check, no, not WhatsApp, sorry, please. That's Twitter, LinkedIn, not WhatsApp. Yeah, but of course, by the time you get in, they'll now add you to the alumni group, obviously. But yeah, be prepared, be ready. If you are going to have any interview, dress corporate. You don't know which one they will tell you to on your video. You understand? So yes, to avoid any other thing, look up the FAQs, be honest, be authentic. I'm going to keep saying this thing because it works like magic. Be honest, be authentic, pray and trust God. And yes, it's possible for you, five of you, six of you, to be taken from one school. It is possible. It's a competitive pool, but you have what it takes. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I think I can take questions at this time. I yield the mic. You're welcome. Really? Well, I think Choma had done a lot of work earlier, even before I came, so it just made a lot easy for me. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So maybe I'll also send you maybe when you have two you can compare, and maybe you can just get a lot more information. I'll send you a copy of my CV with the NHEF format. I think that's fine. But overall, what it is that you have the major thing, then you have what your contribution was to that. You understand? So I intend, or I worked with this place, this was the position, and this was my contribution. I improved sales from XYZ amount to that. Use action words for your CV. There's a stratification. Don't let it go more than one. Okay, there's somebody's hand, right? Mm, okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's take that. Shoot, please, shoot. Okay, beautiful, beautiful question. Who's that? Who's asking? Sorry? Okay, princess. Princess, do you cook? Do you cook? Okay, okay, good. Can you have you swept your room before? Listen, this thing is tailoring, it's tailoring, it's tailoring. You've had work experience, that's the truth. You just don't think it's enough. You just don't think it's enough. Um, there's a way I can tailor my work experience. Okay, so I was at this meeting and we're talking about work experience, and we're talking about an Uber driver. Yeah, we're talking about an Uber driver. How does he put his work experience on CV? And I stood up and I said, okay, maybe 8,000 hours. Maybe this guy has been driving for like 2 years. I could say I can claim I have 8,000 road hours with zero accident. Yeah. And if anybody sees you with 8,000 road hours with zero accident, there's a lot that it tells about your person. Do you understand? And it's a lot of work. So it's not necessarily I worked with this company, I did this with this company. Your writing, just your writing, if you are someone who writes, your journaling can be something. Content creation, you just need to find a way to tailor it correctly. You understand? I'm experienced. Okay, so again, if you don't have anything completely, what you sell is your potential. Yeah, if you don't have anything completely, what you sell is your potential, and you sell it alongside the things that you have done to prove that potential. You understand? So part of what I sold was the fact that I was reporting for young engineers at the time, a YP branch of Nigeria Society of Engineers. When we went for programs, I was reporting for them. Good thing they published them in newsletters, so my name was there. So I screenshotted that and I put it for them. I said, okay, this was part of the work I was doing. You understand? So I just think you are looking at it as something high end. Your simple day-to-day activities are your work experience. They are your experiences really. Find a way, tailor them. Those things spice up the application. When you tailor it, you do or iron with goatee. When you iron those your experience with goatee and you come, they can see through it. They'll say, "Ah, this one has just tailored something for us." If you come authentic, don't be scared, really. Don't be scared to fail. Just come like it is and you'll be amazed. The passion that comes with it. Honesty opens a lot of doors. I can't explain. I can't tell you how much, but honesty goes a long way. Yeah, I think that works. You're welcome. Any other takers? My battery is low. Okay, shoot, Medley, shoot. I'm with you. Good evening. Okay, so that is a tough one. So Wachuku Emmanuel, I think, was called at a time when he was at slaughter. That's how he lost it. So I think what really happens is I don't know for now, but I think later on part of what they were doing was that you had the opportunity to go and select a slot on the calendar. You understand? So there are a number of days. If they contact you for interview, they'll give you a link. Go to this calendar, select a time slot, maybe 12 to 1 or 12:30 to 1 or 11 to 12 or anytime. You select a slot. I don't know if that's what they are doing now, but if that's not what they are doing now, you will just need to pray and hope that they call you. But I think standard practice will require that they call you, they inform you when they want to call you, and they'll call you. I think that's what they will do. It's been a long time from 2019 till now, so a lot may have changed. I do not know, but let's hope and pray that they call you at the right time. The only time you can reschedule, I think, is if they called you and if they sent you a mail and told you that we're going to call you tomorrow by this time and you are not going to be available, you can respond. Yes, so one thing I'll say again is from the very day you apply for your NHEF, check your mail every day. Just keep checking, just keep checking. Because another way to discourage or disqualify people is that they'll send you a mail now and ask you to respond before the end of tomorrow. Do you understand? So if you don't check your mail, you're not going to get it. And we're just refreshing mails like all through the day. We just kept refreshing mails up until today. When I apply for stuff, I just keep refreshing my mail. You understand? And yeah, I think you will not miss it. But I pray that they call you when you're in a good place. I'm not sure you can reschedule on the call, and this is why. Yeah, the panel is not one person. Sometimes it's just one person talking to you on that call, but other times it's not just like if there's a phone call, maybe Other people are also listening. Do you understand? They are in the room, they are listening. Other times, if it's a video call like this, the best bet somebody else is also connected in that room. It's just listening to all the whole conversation you're doing. You understand? And you wouldn't know. So, for them to also reassemble that panel just for you, to take God's intervention. So let's pray and hope that they call you in a good place and a good timing. But more than anything, I think they should communicate to you when they want to call you, or they should give you an opportunity to select when they will call you. Either of these could work. You're welcome. Any other takers? Doesn't look like it. Any feedback? Is there something you think I should have said better? Any feedback? Is there something I'm leaving out from your questions, Norma? Oh, great, 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 great. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you for the opportunity. It's fine. It's the least I could do, right? It's the least I could do. Maybe you can help. You can help. My desire at the time was that when we came back from NHEF, we had a fora or a forum where we could bring in students once in a while and help them see things in certain ways. You understand? Um, I couldn't achieve that. I was really engaged, and no excuse, but I couldn't achieve that. If it's possible for your set, when you guys go, because I'm trusting God that a number of you from here will go, 4 or 5, as much as it can be, when you guys come back, find a way to feedback our society, feedback NHEF, the trainings you would have gotten, let people know, teach others, do things. I mean, I have programs where you explain stuff to people. There's this level of deliberateness that a person must carry to be successful at anything. You understand? You can't live life as it goes. You can't live life as it goes. Can you hear me? Sorry, I got a call. You can't live life as it goes or as it comes, right? There's a level of deliberateness that comes, deliberateness as to your goals, and these are the things you should be clear before you even start your interviews with these guys. What are you looking forward to getting from this program? Where exactly is it taking you? What will it add to your career goals? Know all of these things, but more than that, when you come back, please share to those who didn't go. Thank you. I think that's it. Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello. Oh, great. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thanks for the opportunity to share with you. Wish you good luck, and we hope that Uniport is represented fully. Thank you. Cheers. Take care. Bye. Have a You too. You too. Yeah, feel free to reach out. Feel free to reach out if you have other concerns. Yeah. Bye. Thank you. Bye.